So I apologize in advance for the audio quality, the light quality. I'll get better at these videos. I'm still not up to speed with where I want to be with the videos yet. But with that said, I'm here to formally introduce to you the Maratona V3. Just give you all a quick look at it. You might be wondering V3, why V3? This is the third version of this shoe. To give you a quick rundown, I'll try and keep it short and quick. So the first version, V1, if you will, is this shoe. You can kind of see some of the same elements. The leather on the toe is not quite the same, or on the heel, but that was one of the design features, is that I wanted quilted leather or pleated leather on the toe, and then suede accents, or suede upper. This was the first one that I designed. This on a Vibram sole. These are dirty. I didn't realize how dirty these were. I haven't worn these in a while, but I got a lot of wear to these. Anyway, is the V1 designed on a Vibram sole. Some people say Vibram, but I think it's got to be Vibram. Vibram sounds crazy, but designed this shoe. Originally, I designed it. You can see some of the features still kind of carry through in general. If you look at the toe here and the heel, this manufacturer. So I wanted the pleated or the quilted leather. It's technically pleated, but I wanted that look when I first designed this shoe. The manufacturer that I first was dealing with that made these didn't have access to that leather, so they gave me what the next best thing. And so I felt like this was like a good substitute for what I wanted. Unfortunately, to keep things short, that relationship did not work out and pan out the way I would have wanted it to, so I had to go and find another manufacturer. So I did. This manufacturer in Portugal that I don't have any good thing to say about them, so I'll just that definitely did not work out. And if I ever make it to Portugal, never mind. Never mind. Scratch all that. Edit all that. That doesn't matter. That relationship just didn't work out. In the midst of me coming to grips with the fact that that Portuguese manufacturer was not a good manufacturer and they didn't do good business, a couple of other small independent brands that I'm aware of, I saw that they were working with them. Like I saw pictures of their shoes, so I reached out to them and like, hey, you guys work with these guys? And everybody that I talked to outside of one person, I think all said that they did bad business. Luckily, one of the people that I spoke to, they were like, yeah, don't mess with them. I worked with a different manufacturer. So I reached out to that manufacturer. I really liked them. They were great. They were communicative. As it turns out, they were able to produce the pleated leather look that I wanted. The one issue, not issue, well, two issues. One issue, they didn't have access to the soles that I wanted. Like they didn't have Vibram soles. So when they didn't have Vibram soles, I changed the design up some, because the issue is that they had soles, but not a lot of their soles went up past like a US 11 or US 12. They only had very limited soles that I could use that went up to that size. So I ended up using the sole. Like I said, they had the pleated leather, which is good. And so this is the V2. So like I said, I changed the design up. I still got this is the look of the pleated leather that I wanted on the toe and the heel, suede. I added this design feature on the side. If you've seen some of my other videos, you see that it's kind of a stylized version of an EL, or it's just a shape to just kind of break up the monotony of the shoe and just give it a different look. I changed the design to kind of flow a little bit better with this sole. But as it turns out, I did not go with this manufacturer either, because one, I already ended up doing the shoe, the Beacon Hill, with the same sole, and I didn't want to have a bunch of shoes all with the same sole. And then two, the MOQ, the minimum order quantity that this manufacturer had was just too high for me at the time. You know, for my first shoe coming out the box, I just really couldn't sell. I didn't really feel like I could sell that many shoes. It's great quality. I loved everything that they did, but it was just those two things just kind of held me back. So I went on, made other shoes, made Beacon Hill, made the baseline, made the 425, and then in the process of me designing and working on getting the 425s developed, I decided to revisit this and talk to the current manufacturer that I use and said, hey, can you do something like this? Like, do you have access to this pleated leather? Can you do this? But then also, can you do it on a different sole? Because I just didn't want to use this sole again. They were like, yeah. Of course, they're going to say yeah. They said yeah, and they did it. And so now we have here is the V3. So this is the third version of the shoe. It's pretty much the same as the V2, if I'm being honest with you, except for the sole. Um, I'm very also the stance on it is a little higher. Like as you see, the V2 is a little more flat, I guess, narrow. I don't know what the word is I'm thinking of. I'll say flat. This one is a little bit more robust, which is more of the look that I like anyway. Um, the colorway is black and white, but I call it the Orca colorway because I'm a fan of the Orca whales, any whale really, but Orca whale specifically. And so this plays into that with the black and white. Again, the design features you can see here: the pleated leather, suede upper, leather. I don't want to call it EO because it's not formally an EO, but it kind of is, just kind of depending on how you look at it. Logo on the tongue, logo on the insole. Um, I like this shoe a lot. I'm really happy with this. It's a very wearable shoe. I will say it's probably going to be the most tame colorway that you're going to see from me on anything. I'll say like these and maybe like the Wheaties are probably the most tame because the Wheaties were just all wheat color. This is black and white. The next few versions that I have of this shoe coming are not tame. They're not tame at all, but we'll get there when we get there. In the meantime, this shoe, we're going to do a pre-order on it. I'm trying to get away from the pre-order system eventually, but right now I still kind of have to. Um, but I will say, so the pre-order generally is a 90-day turnaround, although I will say my manufacturer has been getting all of my pre-orders done faster than 90 days, but just to cover my back, I'm still going to say 90 days. It's likely that you will get your shoes sooner than 90 days, but just to kind of keep everything on the up and up and just set proper expectations, we're going to say 90 days. So these are going to go on pre-sale on July 4th, which is Independence Day. I call it Independence Day with a T, not a C, because I'm an independent shoe brand. I think on the 4th of July, I'm going to do something to highlight other small man, I can't talk. Other independent shoe brands like myself, like Saya Collective. Of course, y'all probably know them. Mosh. Um, my guy Dank has a shoe coming out. I actually got a pair. Oh, I don't have them yet. I pre-ordered those. Smooth has a shoe. I pre-ordered those as well. Who else? Collegium. They're probably a bigger brand now, but they're still what I would consider an independent shoe brand. There's a few others that are escaping my mind right now, but I think on the 4th of July, just kind of as an ode to other small brands because I know I have an idea of what they go through because I'm doing it myself, and so I think it's a day for us to shine. So Independence Day pre-sale, 4th of July, July 4th, Orca colorway, Maratona V3. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I can say? I don't think there's anything else for me to say. Nah, I got nothing. I think it's something I'll add it on to in this video. I want to talk more about that Portuguese manufacturer, but I'll save that for another video. If I ever got like Patreon or something, which I don't, but if I did, I would definitely spill all the tea there because it's not even. Never mind. I'm getting carried away. I'm about to start. No, I'll rant. Okay, let's rant. It's not so much that they stole my money. So, oh, hold up. Okay. So, like I said, this is the V1. This relationship with this manufacturer didn't work out. I actually liked that good communication. It was just there was one large miscommunication. There were a couple other things, but overall, good manufacturer. I was really happy with the shoe in the beginning. There's just some things I wanted to change that we couldn't change, and then the MOQ was different. That's beside the point. This relationship didn't work out. So after them, I reached out to the manufacturer in Portugal. By that point, I already had a tech pack, which is the design of the shoe laid out. I had a sample of the shoe. I could send them the sample, pictures, angles, all the different stuff. And trying to be an easy to work with customer, I even told them because this first manufacturer didn't have access to the pleated leather that I wanted. So the Portuguese company, I told them, yo, if you can't get pleated leather, I'd be open to maybe trying corduroy. you know, like a good corduroy, just to still kind of give me the actual look that I'm looking for and the change up in textures that I wanted. And they were like reassured me, oh, we're Portugal, we're the leather capital of the world. Just a bunch of crap. I paid them, sent them the designs. They took forever. Communication was terrible. They finally sent me a sample. This is the sample they sent. One is mad small. Is one shoe. It's not even a pair of shoes. Like for the V2 version, the black and white version, the V2, I got 3 pair of those. 3 pair, full pairs. These guys sent me one shoe, and what I don't even know what size this is. Colors are wrong. Materials are wrong. The stitching is wrong. They didn't even do the corduroy in the right direction. Like it's vertical instead of it's supposed to go across. It's supposed to go horizontally. They did it vertically. I mean, and like when I say the colors are wrong, I literally sent them Pantone colors to like let them know the very specific colors that I chose to do the shoe in. And this ain't it. No, I just keep that shoe around just to keep my mind sharp, just to just to make sure. I'll say this for anybody that's aspiring to try and have their own shoe brand. Communication is key when you're talking with these manufacturers, no matter what country they're from. If they're from the United States, if they're from Portugal, if they're from China, if they're from Korea, Indonesia, wherever you decide to work, just make sure you have a good rapport with them. If they're not communicating with you in the way that you like, because you're paying them, you know what I'm saying? Realize you're paying them. They're not doing you any favors. They may try and talk to you and come at you crazy like they're doing you a favor. They're not. You're paying for what you're getting. So be aware of that. Make sure that you are very specific in terms of what you want. And if they're not giving you that, you gotta go. So that was a lesson learned. So I just kind of keep that around just to remind me. But every time I look at it, I just get very upset again. But anyway, enough of them. That's not what we're here about. We're here about this shoe, the V3 Orca colorway. Just for the ASMR people. Is that what the girls on TikTok do? I make that sound. No, this video is long. All right, I'm gonna cut this down. That's it. 4th of July. Wear these with anything. Very proud of these. Very happy with these. Get yours. 4th of July. Pre-order is probably gonna be open a little over a week. Cause what is 4th of July? Thursday? Yeah, so it'll be open till like the 13th or 14th or something like that. I don't know. We'll see. Yeah. But don't wait till the last minute though. Get on 4th of July, 5th of July, maybe the 6th. But get you some. All right.